The story begins by introducing Bonku Datta, better known as Bonku Babu. He's a simple man who teaches geography and Bengali at the Kankurgachi village primary school. Bonku Babu has been teaching at the school for 22 years, and during this time he has always been treated poorly by others. His students often play tricks on him. Some draw funny pictures of him on the blackboard. Others put glue on his chair, and during festivals like Kali Puja, they even set off fireworks behind him. Despite all these pranks, Bonku Babu never gets angry. He only scolds them lightly by saying, "Shame on you, boys." One of the reasons Bonku Babu stays calm is because he knows that if he leaves his job out of anger, it will be very hard to find another one, especially at his age. Another reason is that despite the trouble caused by many students, there are always a few good students in his class. These students listen to him and make him feel that his job is worthwhile. He enjoys teaching them and sometimes invites them to his home to tell them stories about faraway places like Africa or the North Pole. These students love listening to his stories. Aside from school, Bonku Babu spends his evenings at the local lawyer Shripati Majumdar's house, where the village men gather for casual chats, known as Adda. Unfortunately, the treatment he receives from the adults is no better than that from the children. The men often make fun of him by teasing him about his quiet and humble nature. One evening, the group is talking about ghosts. Even though Bonku Babu usually keeps quiet, that day he says that he is not afraid of ghosts. This gives the men an opportunity to play a trick on him. That night, as Bonku Babu walks home, one of the men, dressed like a ghost, jumps on him, causing Bonku Babu to fall and tear his new shirt. Though hurt, Bonku Babu does not get angry and continues to attend the gatherings, mostly because Shripati Babu, an important man in the village, insists him to come. Shripati Babu considers Bonku Babu's participation a source of entertainment for everyone, even though it is at his expense. On another evening, the topic of discussion shifts to space. Some of the men have seen a strange light in the sky, and they begin talking about satellites and rockets. Bonku Babu is the first to spot the light, but another man, Nidu Babu, takes the credit. The men then start to discuss space travel, and one of them jokes that if creatures from other planets were to visit Earth, they would land in a place like Kankurgachi, just to meet someone as silly as Bonku Babu. Bonku Babu, who usually sits quietly, speaks up and asks, "What if an alien really came to our village?" His question is met with loud laughter. Bhairav Chakravarti, another villager, slaps Bonku Babu's back and mocks him by saying that no alien would ever come to a small, unimportant village like theirs. The other men agree, continuing to make fun of Bonku Babu. That night, while walking home through a bamboo grove, something very strange happens to Bonku Babu. The usual noises of the night, like the chirping of crickets, suddenly stop, and the air becomes eerily quiet. Then, Bonku Babu notices a soft pink light coming from near a pond. As he moves closer, he sees an enormous glass-like dome glowing with light. As he gets nearer, he feels an odd sensation, as if his body is frozen and he cannot move. Suddenly, a part of the dome opens and steps out a very strange creature. This alien is small, with a round bald head, thin arms and legs, and glowing yellow eyes. The alien, named Ang, speaks to Bonku Babu in a strange language at first, but then switches to English. Ang explains that he is from the planet Craneus, and that he landed on Earth by mistake. He had meant to go to Pluto. Ang, the alien, talks to Bonku Babu and tells him that he is from a superior species. The alien explains that he knows thousands of languages and has visited many planets. He even claims to be 833 years old. Bonku Babu, who is amazed, listens quietly. Ang then shows Bonku Babu some incredible sights. First, using a small device, Ang lets Bonku Babu see the North Pole. Bonku Babu watches in awe as he sees snow-covered landscapes, polar bears, and the beautiful colors of the northern lights. Bonku Babu is thrilled by what he sees, but that's not all. Ang also shows him the deep forests of Brazil, where Bonku Babu watches a giant snake called an anaconda and deadly fish known as piranhas. These visions make Bonku Babu realize how big and amazing the world is, much bigger than the small village he has lived in all his life. After showing Bonku Babu these incredible sights, Ang gives him some important advice. He tells Bonku Babu that although he is a good man, but he is too timid and lets people treat him poorly. Ang explains that Bonku Babu should learn to stand up for himself and not let others insult or make fun of him. After this, Ang says goodbye and leaves Earth in his spaceship, disappearing into the sky. The next day, the villagers gather at Shripati Babu's house for their usual adda. They are unaware of Bonku Babu's strange encounter with the alien. As they talk, one of them wonders why Bonku Babu hasn't arrived yet. Just then, Bonku Babu bursts into the room, laughing loudly. The men are shocked because they have never seen him act this way before. Bonku Babu then surprises everyone by standing up for himself. He criticizes each man who has teased him over the years. He scolds Chandi Babu for hiding his shoes and umbrella. And he warns Nidu Babu not to call him Bunkum anymore. Bonku Babu even makes fun of Shripati Babu, telling him that he will no longer attend the gatherings because he is tired of being treated like a fool. Finally, Bonku Babu tells the group about his meeting with the alien, Ang, from the planet Cranius. The men are speechless, not knowing what to say. Bonku Babu walks out of the room, leaving them in shock. In the end, Bonku Babu is no longer the quiet, timid man he once was. His encounter with the alien has given him the courage to stand up for himself and speak out against the way others treat him. For the first time, Bonku Babu feels confident and proud. He walks with his head held high, knowing that he has experienced something no one else in the village has. This story by Satyajit Ray shows how even a humble man like Bonku Babu can change and find his inner strength. It teaches us that we should not allow others to mistreat us, and that we must always stand up for ourselves, no matter how small or unimportant we might feel.